War never changes. It was the inevitable result of the path humanity had chosen. Everyone who entered into the conflict expected victory. Everyone was optimistic. But as the hostilities escalated, optimism faded, and society began to collapse. The great vaults were built to house the wealthy, the powerful, the influential, and those deemed necessary to their survival. Inside, resources and technology were stockpiled, a final defense against the coming Holocaust. With the past behind them and the present destroyed, they looked to the future. The sturdy Vault Zero was to be the nucleus of the Vault network, housing the greatest leaders, artists, and scientists. The inhabitants of Vault Zero were to reunite the vaults and lead the people to a new life, a new world. But after the bombs, the world would be a harsh one. To ensure the creation of a post-nuclear utopia, the Vault dwellers would need help. Machinery was constructed to tame a land hardened by the ravages of war, then tempered by nuclear winter. But plans were barely in place when the first missiles left the silos. During the destruction, communication between the vaults ceased. Entire vaults were lost. Those that survived were on their own. Not all vaults succumbed to the machinations of war. On North America's west coast, one group of military vault dwellers emerged almost unscathed. They surveyed the wasteland and squared their shoulders for the task ahead. These dedicated survivors salvaged the technology from the vaults, technology that was studied, replicated, and fiercely guarded. For they knew that while their power came from numbers, their future lay in scientific knowledge. In time, they formed the Brotherhood of Steel. The Brotherhood used their knowledge to drive back the atrocities of the wasteland, proclaiming themselves the technological saviors of mankind. They scoured the land in search of more technology, raiding mutant camps, bandit towns, and the broken remains of other vaults. But even they could not keep pace with the high tolls demanded by life in the wasteland. The Brotherhood found themselves at odds with their need for new blood versus their code of technological secrecy. The debate was lengthy. Finally, the elders ruled against sharing the technology with outsiders, convinced that they would endure as they had before. Further discussion was discouraged, and the elders ordered the minority on a mission across the wastes. Super mutants, the foot soldiers of a conquered army, had been forced into a retreat across the mountainous barrier to the east. The Brotherhood constructed airships and dispatched the minority to track down and assess the extent of the remaining super mutant threat. But disaster struck while crossing the Great Mountains. A great storm gripped the main airship and flung it far from its course.
The mighty ship was badly damaged. The smaller sections were torn from the main craft, never to be seen again. Many of the expedition's leaders were lost to the winds. The fraction of the crew that still survived struggled to keep their ship aloft before finally crashing on the outskirts of a once thriving metropolis. A city once called Chicago. Broken, scattered, and scarred, they took stock of the situation and once again squared their shoulders to the task ahead. The Brotherhood had much to offer the surrounding villages. They traded advanced medicines in exchange for food and labor. They traded protection from bandits in exchange for new recruits. In time, their ranks began to swell. Separated by distance and ideology from the main Brotherhood forces, the minority was free to forge a new Brotherhood of Steel, one that reflected the ideals they had strived for all along. However, one's future in the wasteland is never certain, for an old power has awakened, also bent on making this land its own. Life in the Brotherhood is about to change.
Hola zagalicos y zagalicas y bienvenidos al canal del Holandés Errante. Bueno, os diré... Bueno, fácil. Ay. Y... normal, vale, turno basados, display. Bueno, está en esa configuración, vale, sonidos. Vamos a bajar un poco la música. Vale, no me permite poner ni subtítulos ni poner cambiar el idioma, o sea que está en inglés. En fin, gente, os cuento un poquito. Esto es Fallout Tactics Brotherhood of Steel, que nos regala Amazon Game. Ya sabéis que si tienes Amazon Prime, pues amigo, si tienes Amazon Prime tienes Amazon Game, tienes Amazon Music, Amazon Video, Amazon para los libros, bueno, tienes un montón de cosas y encima te llevan los paquetes gratis a casa, que eso es también una pasada. ¿Y qué va? Pues nada, pues esta semana nos regalan durante un mes para reclamar para el portal de Go Galaxy Fallout Tactics Brotherhood of Steel, un juego de rol táctico en tiempo real por turnos ambientado en el universo de Fallout, desarrollado por Microforti, que fue lanzado allá por marzo de 2003 para Windows. Y no, lo vamos a probar un poquito porque ya la introducción ha sido excesivamente larga. Single player tutorials. Basic.
Recruit, attention. I am Paladin Ziskel.
Briefings, diálogo, mapa, archivos, tone. Bueno,
Let's get started, recruit.
Aquí le puedo pegar. Toma.
To make Rex move, you must left.
Vamos a movernos. No, que te muevas, nene.
Every character in the game has an inventory associated. Most weapons have more than one mode.
Vale, pero... Ahí, todos muertos.
You can loot corpses to see if...
Vamos a abrir la puerta. ¿Cómo abro la puerta? Está bloqueada. ¿Cómo la desbloqueo? Tío, que vengas para acá, por favor. Bloqueada. ¿Tiene alguna manera de desbloquear? Tampoco tengo yo por aquí. Agachado, acostado, arriba, skill, aquí tenemos los puntos, el inventario.
The inventory window will list all the items that a character...
Vale, muy bien. Estos son el personaje con todos sus puntos, estatus, asesino. El PIB, la máquina del PIB es esta. Vale. Y por último tenemos aquí... Bueno, pues el menú va a salir. Pero no me deja, tío. Entonces, ¿qué? Aquí no se ve... Mira, aquí... Ah, mira, te dice cómo te puedes agachar. Pero claro, no me deja... ¿Puedes correr, por favor? No hay ningún botón ni nada, ¿no? No hay nada. Take alt, pero no hay nada. Bien, vamos a registrar este. Busco una llave. No tiene nada. No tiene nada, tío. Pues no sé cómo se abrirá la puerta. Me dice que vaya aquí, pero no puedo. Me ha parecido eso, vale. ¿Y qué? ¿Me abre la puerta o qué? Pues no me deja abrir. Bueno, pues esto tiene que ser un fallo del juego, pero bueno, es el tutorial. Nada, gente, este juego de estrategia por turnos lo tenemos gratis en Go Galaxy, ¿vale? 10 pavos en Steam. Así que si tenéis Amazon Prime, ya sabéis que tenéis este juego de forma gratuita. Y nada más, dejadme un buen like, comentarios y por supuesto, si no estáis suscritos al canal, suscribiros para no perderos ningún juego gratis. Un abrazo, bye bye, feliz fin de semana.